Is it recording? Okay, my name is Amari Walker, and I will show you my project, which is cleaning up parks. I would like to thank Megan Heberly for giving me this project to do and for giving me the option to be at Research for Islands. Sorry, let me just refresh the screen before it goes off. I would like to thank Ms. Heberly for allowing me to stay at Island because I have to take her class to stay at Islands. And so I am grateful instead of going to Jenkins or Beach. And so with that, I will be prepared for college as I will know how to research things, and I'm hopefully trying to get my bachelor's and master's degree. And this research program will really help me. And it is also a good reference on my clean slate. I am a very good student. You can ask Megan Heberly yourself. Now, thanks to technology, we are able to find and look up and research about different topics, such as cleaning up parks, or how the sand turns into glass, or how anything is anything nowadays. So, since we have knowledge at our fingertips other than other whole generations, we need to use it precisely. And I have used it to divide a research project for a grade that is more of a fun activity, as I do love doing this. Now then, I can tell you with confidence that the introduction is where I introduce you, obviously, and show that my skills as a researcher are important to me. Now, my introduction is introducing you about how I did this thing, and I chose this project by looking up online what type of projects I could do because I could not think of any projects. And the project that I chose to do was cleaning up parks. So I went to my local park. I walked down there. It's a 5 to 6 minute walk, and talked not to researchers, but people who I will remain anonymous, that they what type of trash they have seen throughout the entire period that they were there. Even if they were there all day or just for 30 minutes, I talked to them. One tall fellow said that he saw a lot of trash but didn't pick it up. And I can understand why, because, well, it's trash, it's dirty, it's nasty, nobody wants to pick it up. And frankly, I understand him. So I went back to my house, got my gloves and my mask, well, my second mask in case the first one fell off or got broken, because we are in a pandemic. It is the year 2021 and the coronavirus is spreading. So I obviously have to get my mask to make sure I do not catch the virus myself, and that would impede my work as a researcher. So I can continue to research. And now that I picked it up where he saw it, I picked it up and then I jotted down on a notebook to remember what it was, if it was glass or anything else really. So mainly, I was looking for glass, plastic, and paper, but anything that did not fit into those three subcategories, I immediately threw away, but still wrote down for later research purposes. And then I kept looking for trash around the trash can where it was just next to it. It wasn't touching it at all, which makes me very angry that people try and throw their trash into the trash can and they don't make it. And they just say, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to throw it away, which is very infuriating. If you ever miss your throw or just miss the trash can in general, go and pick it up, please. That's the responsible thing to do. It is the mature thing to do. Now, for my methods, I just walked down there, picked up trash, threw it away in its proper recycling, put some of it in my recycling bin in case the other recycling bin was too much, was filled to the brim, which was weird because usually there is a lot of trash on the ground, not in the recycling. There is glass right where you walk, like in the entrance. And I remember asking a mother of two that one of her baby daughters had stepped on glass and cut her foot. And this is what we need to try to prevent from this. That's what we need to try to prevent. In my abstract, I would like to thank my mother and Megan Heberly for giving me this project, and my mother for giving me this computer so that I could do my project and the rest of this online school, which is kind of stressful, but I'm managing through, and so can you. And so we are good. We can make a change and help the environment as a total. As you can see in my pie chart, the the orange part is paper, which fills up most of it, because my hypothesis was that I was planning to see mainly glass work, mainly glass, because, well, it's glass. You always see some glass anytime you go out, and I would have to carefully pick up the glass. I mainly used a grabber unless I could easily pick it up with my hands, because I didn't want to risk cutting myself. And glass is the blue part. The green part is plastic, like plastic Coca-Cola bottles, plastic not wrappers, but like toy thing in case they just got a toy and they opened it at the park. And it thoroughly makes me mad that they would just open the toy and the parents wouldn't like throw it away or make sure it's good and everything. They just, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna throw it on the ground for an ant to probably mistake for food and choke and die. I mean, it may be one ant, but they are trivial, they are very important in our ecosystem, which is a very fragile thing, especially park ecosystems where there's not that many predators, prey, or animals to keep it in check. And humans like us are kind of ruining the ecosystem, not only in parks, but all around the world, which makes me very mad. As you should see, we have the power to change it, but we just sit around and do nothing. Now, the orange part is paper, which was a lot of paper. I'm talking just random notes, random pieces of paper, printer paper, paper airplanes. I also counted kites on paper because it's just kind of sticks, string, and paper. And I found 3 kites, which is weird, as some people just don't want their kites back, apparently. And it makes me mad that you just waste your kites, because not many people can afford kites that I know of. That they just can't afford them. And it makes me mad that somebody would just throw away something so nice. It may have been a gift or not, but you should never waste anything. And I do hope that you change the error of your ways, and next time recycle it, use a string to tie up something, or just dispose of it properly instead of just letting it sit there in a tree. And there is definitely squirrels in the trees, squirrels and groundhogs that may try and look for food, but instead are surprised when they bite into some plastic or paper and start choking and die. And that groundhog may have a family which which needs him to provide for them and is not able to provide for them, which would cause the groundhog to die. And that may have been the only groundhog keeping so-and-so in check, like so-and-so animals, and then those overpopulate and they mess up the ecosystem. And that's how one piece of plastic could, mess up our very fragile ecosystem. And that's why you need to change, and that's why we need to change as a whole and recycle better, so that this graph is way lower, because the means should not be this high. They shouldn't, and it makes me mad. And I would like to thank you for your time. Please consider my science fair project. I'd like to thank Ms. Heberly again for giving me this project, my friends for helping me out with the research. We all went to the park, but we still tried to stay 6 feet apart because of Corona. I would like to thank you for giving me your time and watching this video. Have a nice day. Stay corona free, and I hope you have a good week. Goodbye.